I'm 680 News Senior Business Editor Mike Apple. Canada's small business operators say they are not ready and have not been informed enough about next week's implementation of a federal carbon tax set to take effect Monday on 4 provinces. The head of the CFIB, Dan Kelly, says that the federal government has not given the small business community enough information about how the tax is going to be collected, how they're going to get rebates. And this is the second time in the past couple of years that the federal government has left Canadian small business in the lurch.
You would think that the federal government would have learned some lessons during the big small business tax fight of 2017, but apparently not. The federal carbon backstop is to come into effect in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, and New Brunswick, and small firms that are going to be paying the tax, in fact, paying up to half of the total tax take, are not given any details about what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it, who is exempt from it, who is not. We've been asking these questions of the federal government, and they've been coming up short with answers. The tax is going into effect in a few days.
Now, while Ottawa has promised to return all of the funds collected from carbon taxes to the 4 provinces for consumers, businesses, and local governments, some of the details have yet to be announced. Boeing is starting the rebuilding process of consumer and corporate confidence in its 737 MAX jets. Today, at the company's production facility just outside Seattle, they showed off the software patch that is expected to go into all of those 737 MAX 8 jets to fix what they believe was the problem with the crashes for the Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines planes. Boeing was showing that to pilots and airline customers who were flying those aircraft, trying to get Federal Aviation Administration recertification, which is still weeks away, and still no word about when those planes are necessarily going to be back in the air. Southwest Airlines, meantime, says its revenue is going to be down $150 million in the first quarter, all due to the grounding of those 737 MAX jets. Southwest is the biggest operator of that series of aircraft among the U.S. airlines. The company had previously warned that the first quarter results would take a hit to the tune of $65 million, all related to the 35-day government shutdown in the U.S. at the start of the year, and that disrupted the travel industry. And Canadian actor and pot proponent Seth Rogen is getting into the cannabis industry. He and his screenwriter on the film Pineapple Express, another Canadian, Evan Goldberg, are setting up a company called Houseplant. They say they've been working on this for years, along with friends. Rogen has been a long-time cannabis aficionado, and he's getting backing from the biggest player in the cannabis sector, Canopy Growth, out of Smiths Falls, Ontario. They're buying a 25% interest in Houseplant, which will launch first in BC and then spread to the rest of the country going forward. From the 680 Newsroom, I'm Mike Apple for City News.